This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is Not America's Sweetheart, Davian.
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy Jane.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Hi, my name is Joe Bravo, and you're listening to Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. And of course your host, James J. And it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with El Latino Dorado, Joe Bravo. How are you today, Joe?
Thank you, guys. It's a pleasure for me. It's a pleasure for me to be here in Wrestling with Entertainment.
And can you tell us what you have coming up next, event-wise?
Oh, I'm a lot of bookings in Dominican Republic, for example. I go to Dominican Republic maybe every 2 months or monthly. I work here in Puerto Rico actively. Last 30 years, I'm a veteran in wrestling, but I'm still in good condition. I think you can see, you can prove that in my page in Instagram, Joe __ Bravo, and you can see me there. I'm a veteran of 25, 27 years in business, but I still feel in great condition, and I think. When I looking good and I'm feeling good, I will keep doing. Why not? Because I enjoy that. I did wrestling for almost 20 years, only wrestling here in Puerto Rico, because Puerto Rico is a great territory. NWA named Puerto Rico the last territory. Huge places, huge arenas, full. Puerto Rico have a long history in wrestling, so many wrestlers in Puerto Rico begin his career here, and even doesn't need to go out of the island. It's a small island, but every week we have wrestling. We have a huge houses of wrestling. Just to make history here in Puerto Rico, once Ric Flair in the 84, something like that, 85, something like that, Ric Flair and Carlos Colon did 30,000 people in a baseball stadium. That's it's just to give you an idea what is Puerto Rican wrestling. Puerto Rico is so hot in Puerto Rico. Still, we can still leave the kayfabe area in some places, and it's really enjoyable to work in Puerto Rico. But I still work in Orlando in XWE. Next card is on April 4. But I'm very active here in Puerto Rico. I was a multiple champion here of the main enterprises, WWC, Carlos Colon, Carlito's father, Carlos Colon, World Wrestling Council, and the International Wrestling Association of Savio Vega is the owner. The promoter is Savio Vega, ex-WWE, former WWE wrestler, superstar. So in Puerto Rico, I did a lot of a long career, very recognized guys. Everybody, fans know me well in Puerto Rico because I live a very, very productive career here.
Oh yeah, and where, can you tell us where we can find your merchandise?
Oh yeah, at the same place. You can write me to Joe __ Bravo in Instagram, and Joe Bravo Wrestler in Facebook. Yeah, that's weekend. I use a towel as a signature. I use a white towel, and I sell a towel. Part of our merchandise are towels and t-shirts. You know, here, as I told you, here in Puerto Rico, I'm very active, almost weekly. Almost weekly in different independent enterprises.
And you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media and merchandise will be in the description of the video below, both on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, so let's get into it. Like you mentioned it, almost 30 years in the business.
Yes.
And I mean that's saying something considering, like you said, you're very active in Puerto Rico almost every
Yes.
single week wrestling. So
Almost.
what does that number mean to you? Almost 30 years in the business.
What's the question, please? Repeat me.
What does it mean to you to still be active in your 30th year of pro wrestling?
Oh, I began as as a child fan. Let me tell you something. I don't born in Puerto Rico. I'm origin from Dominican Republic. That have a great history of wrestling too. So when I was a child, there's a superstar in Dominican Republic named Jack Veneno. He was NWA World Heavyweight Champion, beating Ric Flair in a very controversial story. You can look at it in the internet now. Some kind of screw job maybe, but the fact is Jack Veneno, Dominican Republic hero, wrestling hero in the 1982 won the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, that 10 pounds of gold, name it, the belt. Roddy Piper was there too. This is historic. Everybody in Dominican Republic knows. So when I moved, still a child, 10 years maybe, to Puerto Rico, I was a little fan, and I began weightlifting, bodybuilding, and eventually at 18 maybe I began as a wrestler. So since 19 years maybe or 20 is the beginning of my steps in wrestling. Till Savio Vega was looking for new talents for a card, and the main event was Undertaker against Mankind, Mike Foley. So they were looking guys for open the card, local in Puerto Rico. That card was Goldust to Papa Chango, Godfather. Eventually came Yokozuna, Bam Bam Bigelow. There's many superstars, but the main event was Triple H, Jake the Snake Roberts. But the main event was Undertaker against Mankind, Mike Foley. And they choose me because I have a good body. My favorite wrestler was British Bulldog, my model, British Bulldog. I love Bulldog, and I want to look just like Bulldog, British Bulldog. I love Triple H too in that time. So Savio Vega chose me for new talent in that event that coming to Puerto Rico from WWF. That time was WWF still. So that was my beginning in wrestling. Through my career, I did a lot of things. That was almost 30 years. Some injuries, a few injuries, but it was enjoyable. That was a very satisfactory career. As I told you, here in Puerto Rico, there's a whole territory of wrestling. We got TV, national TV. 2 hours on Saturdays, 2 hours on Sundays. There's two main entertainment associations, promoters. So Puerto Rico is a very rich territory for wrestling. Many guys beginning in Puerto Rico begin wrestling in Puerto Rico. Bret Hart began wrestling in Puerto Rico as a kid. Puerto Rico have a very rich story of wrestling, and when you build your career living in Puerto Rico, you're not looking. Or at least that time when I began and when I developed my career, the people doesn't want to go out. They don't want to go to the States. Everybody dreamed to WWF, but the standards at that time in WWF was very high because they are looking for 6 six tall guy or more than 6 tall, to 240 something pounds. You know that the standards was so high in that time. So when I began in wrestling, make a career in Puerto Rico, that was huge because you were on TV. Everybody knows you. You're very famous, very famous. Every place, still, I'm not on TV, and every place I go here in Puerto Rico, everybody say, "Hey, Joe Bravo, you're the wrestler, right?" Because in Puerto Rico, as I told you, you can make a career during the 80s, 90s, and the 2000. You can make a career of wrestling. So you're not really interested in go out to maybe to the States, maybe once, but for Puerto Rico, have wrestling 3 days or 4 days a week when you are in the main enterprises. 4 days a week. You don't have time to go out to the States to wrestling. At least that you take some time off of Puerto Rico wrestling. So here in Puerto Rico, thanks God, I did a very productive career. I was 5-time world heavyweight champion, the maximum title of the island. Almost, thanks God, but it's almost all the titles in Puerto Rico, tag teams, cruiserweight, hardcore, all the titles. I'm 5 times maximum champion. So I live my dream. I think, and I give thanks God because I live my dream as a wrestler now. Because I'm not active every week, 3-4 days like before. I'm taking my freedom, my freelance to go to Orlando, Florida, New York, Texas, maybe, and Dominican Republic. We're trying to build up the business again in Dominican Republic. But because in the 90s, the business dropped down because the promoter and the superstar, Jack Veneno, never developed another superstar to take the legacy. So the wrestling was almost disappeared. But now we're trying to build up the business there in Dominican Republic.
I gotcha. It's interesting you bring up Jack Veneno. I actually interviewed his grandson a while back ago.
Oh yeah. Veneno was a huge star in Dominican Republic, a huge star. He have a stat is the name of sculptor in one of the main streets in Dominican Republic. So he was a very huge superstar. But as I told you, he never left. He never passed. And the business came down. But there's still a lot of people that love wrestling there, and we hope to do something good there. So, but tell me. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So I wanted to ask, you are, you started your career in Puerto Rico, but you are, Dominican. What did it kind of mean to you to actually, wrestle on, home soil, so to speak?
It's a very interesting story in the case of my character, wrestling character, because I did 3 years before, or maybe 2 or 3 years before, when nobody see a gimmick like that. I make a gimmick, a character, a wrestling character, the same character, maybe, of Alberto Del Rio. You know Alberto Del Rio? So everybody, when Alberto Del Rio came to the ascent of wrestling, everybody's telling me in Puerto Rico, brother, is that you in WWE? Is your version in WWE? You know Steve Corino?
Yes.
Steve Corino is a great wrestler, is a great friend, and is a great fan of my gimmick. And he told me when he find me, when he see me in a car, he say, "Hey, bro, I was looking for you a long time because I see Alberto Rio and I know you're the original one." But it just got. By the way, Alberto is a friend of mine now, and he told me, he said, "Yeah, I don't know. The WWE just gave me that gimmick. I want to be Dos Caras Junior because my father is a legend." His cousin his nephew of Mil Mascaras, a WWE Hall of Fame, and is a legend in Mexico. The Alberto Del Rio father is a legend in masked. So he wants to keep the legacy of his father being masked. But WWE put up the mask and make him Alberto Del Rio. His name is Alberto Rodriguez, Or my gimmick was, I told you that because my character was a very profile defined. I am the Dominican wrestler in Puerto Rico. Typically wrestlers are black guys or almost black guys. Typically wrestlers are almost black guys. What's the name of the baseball player? Pedro Martinez or any other baseball player. David Ortiz, it's almost black guys in Dominican, but I'm white, almost white, Latin white. So I don't look like a typical Dominican wrestler. So everybody say, and beside that, you see Alberto Del Rio, he don't look like a Mexican wrestler, right? Or Mexican person, right?
Right.
Because when you think in Mexican, you think in frijoleros, workers, Alberto's tall, he's white, he's clean. He don't look like a typical wrestler, Mexican wrestler. So I did the same thing here in Puerto Rico. I am a Dominican wrestler that don't looks like Dominican. I don't look like a worker. I look like an intellectual, very IQ, high value guy. Rich or prosper guy that likes to read. Very articulate when I do my interviews. Everybody loves. Thanks God, I don't want to talk directly about me, but everybody loves in my interview my promos, because I did a very I try to do a very elaborated or interesting promos. I use my well knowledge of the language. So I don't know if in English is the same thing, but at least in Spanish, everybody loves my promos, or everybody say, "Wow, you're good in promo. You're really good in promos." So I use that skills, and I use that I'm not the typical Dominican wrestler to turn the people of Puerto Rico to hate me. Like Alberto Del Rio did in WWE. He did the same thing. He's not typical Mexican, so I was not the typical Dominican guy. And I did very well. I take advantage of that. At the same time, through the years, Puerto Rican fans have a respect of me. But in terms of wrestling or in the performance, they really hate me. So I use that. Weapon to my gimmick.
I gotcha. What were some of the differences you saw wrestling in Puerto Rico compared to wrestling in the Dominican?
Oh, it's almost the same. But in Dominican, still people can be more passionate, like Puerto Rico was in 20 years ago or 15 years ago. In Dominican Republic, the people is so much passionate. More, they cry when the baby face is suffering. By the way, I'm babyface in Dominican Republic. I'm heel here in Puerto Rico, but in Dominican Republic, I'm the good guy. I'm the hero. I'm the Dominican patriot that came from the States. Successful in the States and came to Dominican Republic to be a hero. So the difference between wrestling Puerto Rico is even different to the States. Puerto Rico people is so passionate. We still use blood in the matches. We still have a lot of chairs, and it's a little hardcore, Abdullah the Butcher make a whole career here in Puerto Rico because hardcore Dory Funk Terry Funk, because Puerto Rico still the people wants to believe so true the wrestling so real. They want some credibility. So it's very similar, but in Dominican Republic it's still more it's more passionate. People is more passionate with wrestling.
I gotcha.
Yeah. I got the I don't say it, but I got the opportunity in that career, in that time in my career. I had the chance to be on the ring with a lot of great superstars because, as I told you, Puerto Rico is a great territory. Everybody came to Puerto Rico. Macho Man, every superstar that you could imagine that makes history in wrestling sport came to Puerto Rico. As I told you, I began in a card 3 times with Undertaker, Mankind, and Mike Foley, Triple H, Bam Bam Bigelow, Goldust, Godfather, what else? Dubs the Dumpster Royce, Jake the Snake Robert, Yokozuna. And that was in the end of the 90s. But through the whole time in Puerto Rico territory, there's a lot of superstars. I wrestled with Samoa Joe, with Booker T here in Puerto Rico, Gangrel, a lot of superstars. You name it, Al Bracho, JBL. Everybody came to Puerto Rico. Everybody comes to Puerto Rico. And when I was during the 2008 to 2011, I was the top heel and the world champion here in Puerto Rico. So all the superstars came to the territory to build us and make works to us. So I live a great experience with that. That was huge for me, because I was there with the superstars. Rey Mysterio during his time out of WWE came to Puerto Rico. Many. Puerto Rico is a great territory, and every superstar that you could imagine comes to Puerto Rico to do wrestling, to work. And that gave us in Puerto Rico a great experience career. So even if I don't make a career in the States, I work here in Puerto Rico with the major superstars of the States, or former WWE or active WWE. So that makes me a very successful career and very satisfactory career. As I told you, I live my dream as a wrestler, even if I don't make a big career in the States.
Right. And, one of those names you mentioned was Savio Vega. You wrestled Savio many times. I'm just curious, what is your relationship with Savio?
Oh, excellent. They are looking for me to go back to the International Wrestling Association. That is his enterprise. I talked many times with them. My relationship with Savio is excellent. I was his champion, his promotions champion for 3 years. That time I was in the Wrestling Insider, is the top 500,
Yes.
The top 500. Yeah, I did 3 times. In 2008, 2009, 2010, because I was during these 3 years, I was the top of the Savio Vega promotion, enterprise. So my relation with Savio, besides, we have a great feuds during the whole island, during the whole territory of Puerto Rico. We did a huge feud between he and me many times. So my relationship with him is very good, of course.
Now, last year you got stepped in the ring with Savio once again, and you hadn't had a match with him in over a decade. What was that experience like, wrestling him again after, so much time elapsed? And, what were some of the differences you saw in yourself as well?
Oh, we both have more experience, more years in the back, so we can make maybe the matches more psychological than physically. But Savio is in excellent condition. Too, I try to keep my condition through the years, But let me tell you something about Savio Vega. He's maybe one of the most talented, controlled wrestlers that I ever met in my life. Savio's maybe it's in the top 5 of wrestlers in Puerto Rico. if he's not the number one. It's a guy that all the time knows in what place and what corner of the ring, inside the ring, he is. He's amazing. He's amazing. You see his matches in WWE, WWF that time. You see the matches and you say, "Wow, that guy is so perfect." He's a very, very experienced martial art for real, but he make wrestling and martial art, and he know how to tell a story on the ring, and he knows how to do very clean, very clean. And in conclusion, Savio is maybe one of the best wrestlers on the ring, pound by pound, in Puerto Rico and the Caribbean, and one of the greatest that I met in the world, at least in my experience career.
And you mentioned, being on PWI, 3 times. A lot of people, want to be on that list once. What did it mean to you to achieve that, 3 times?
Yeah, it was a very honor for me. I did 164, 170 something, less than 20, less than 200, up to the 200, and it was very an honor for me. I didn't even know. I read in internet page at that time. At that time wasn't the internet still is not so huge like today. But I read it. Oh, Joe Bravo is in the. It was the Puerto Rico PR Wrestling, the one page, not Facebook, was a page, PR Wrestling. And they put the name of all the Latino guys, Puerto Rican guys that is in the list. And I see my name first time in 208. I think I was very, very honored, for me. And it feels good, it feels good because when you see the top of the list is Triple H or John Cena or some of these big guys, you say, wow, Hulk Hogan, you say, wow, man, you there. It's great. It's a good feeling. And I tell again, I live my dream. I think I live my dream. I take the advantage of the peak of my career during those years. And I still, I still remember with very nostalgic good. Uh, Thanks God I have the respect of all the people in Puerto Rico, all the wrestling fans and the wrestling business inside. I have the respect of all them. And it feels good when you do what you love.
And on top of PWI, in 2019, you were awarded the Joe Bravo Award, no?
In 20, no, I was in 28, yeah, 28, there.
Yeah, but you got the Joe Bravo Award, no?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That was, I told you, man, it was great, it was great. I live a great experience. The wrestling gave me some difficult moment because I have a knee injury. I have some close to hit. It's a bone close to hit. Injury to tear triceps. It was a few injuries, but it's part of the business. Thanks God, I'm okay. I'm good and I'm in good shape. I still can do what I love. So besides the things, I still have achieved. I still achieving a few good moments, and a few awards, as you told me.
Not too long ago, you actually got to work on NWA. What was that like?
Yeah, that was a great experience. I received an invitation. They invited me to be part of the TV tapes, and I hope to go again on maybe on April, May. We're planning to go back to NWA. That was a great experience. I find a few good friends there. I met I wrestled many times here in Puerto Rico with Brian Idol, that is a actual TV champion
Yeah.
in the NWA. We make a good friendship because he comes to Puerto Rico many times. I introduced him to World Wrestling Council. I was in the World Wrestling Council. I was almost the main event in the anniversary, which is the WrestleMania of Puerto Rico. You know, the Puerto Rico WrestleMania is named Anniversary. It's the wrestling anniversary of the World Wrestling Council, and I put a condition to be the main event. No, in that event, it was to have some manager with me. Manager was the professor, who was the manager of Great Muta in Puerto Rico, and many other superstars. Yeah, professor is a legend in Puerto Rico, and I want him in my corner as a manager. And I put a condition too that I want opportunity for Brian Idol to make his debut in the World Wrestling Council as he wants. He was not still the TV champion in NWA, and he did not explode like superstar in NWA those times. That was 2 years ago, 3 years ago maybe. Ric Flair was on the card. Ric Flair was present there, just to like an invite, you know.
Right.
And that was a huge card, 10,000 people in the Coliseum in a Ruben Rodriguez Coliseum is the name of the place. He was huge. And that was the main event in that card. It was a retirement. I worked with in the retirement of a Puerto Rican superstar legend, Hurricane Castillo, which was former WWE Danny Castillo, like in Los Boricuas with Savio Vega.
Yeah.
When Savio Vega was in WWF, there was four guys: Savio Vega, Miguel Perez, Hurricane Castillo, Danny Castillo, and Jose Estrada. They were Los Boricuas in WWF. So Danny Castillo is a huge superstar, second generation superstar in Puerto Rico, like Hurricane Castillo. And the retirement match was that against me. So we made a huge house. That was great. That was awesome. And right in that card, I put my condition to be part of the card that I want Brian Idol in the card. So they invite Brian Idol, and after that we have a good relationship. So I find Brian Idol in NWA, the Colons, Carlitos, and Cousin in Carlitos Caribbean Cool, and his brother and his cousin was there. Another guy, many guys. I find many guys that I know in NWA, but experience was great. I worked with Daisy Keel and Apollo Misery. That was a great experience. I hope to go again. At least at that time in my career, I'm a veteran. I don't hope to make a long career, because I did most of all my career yet. But it's a good experience being NWA. It is good experience, really.
Hell yeah. And you mentioned, going back in April, May, maybe a match with Brian will be in the cards.
Oh,
No?
that would be huge. That would be great. That would be a dream for both, because we did a lot of a lot of matches here in Puerto Rico. We did before he entered like a superstar in NWA, and the guy really loves me, as a wrestling opponent and as a friend. Brian is a great guy, awesome, and he's a good wrestler. I think Brian Idol is going to climb to the NWA World Heavyweight Champion in some moment. That's what I think, because he got the trail. He's in the route for it. So a match with him before or being the NWA champion would be great for me. It's a great bottom for my career times.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine that this was great for your career as well. You got
Yeah,
to wrestle.
I'm telling you. Sorry, I'm telling you that. But I would like the people go to my Instagram and say, I look at Joe Bravo. I look the physical condition that I have, being a veteran of 27 years in the business. So look at my physical condition, and I feel like in my 30. I really feel I looks great. I think that's what I think. That's what I think of myself because I feel it, not because I look myself. It's because I feel it. I'm still lifting great weight. I'm practice wrestling once a week, and I feel my speed. I feel the coordination still in my movement. So I think we can do a few years more of wrestling. That's what I say. Maybe being NWA will be great for me. I have a good friend there that's beginning a career there. El El Dragon Nihan. This is a huge guy, 6'8", 6'9". He's a Puerto Rican wrestler too. So I have a few good friends in NWA. Rodney Mack, other good friends in NWA. Sorry, it's Marovic. You interview Marovic.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, great guy. He's remind me when I was young, 20 years young. I meet and I go to Dominican Republic with Bam Bam Bigelow and Typhoon. I was there with them. With Typhoon is a Hall of Fame now, and Bam Bam Bigelow and Typhoon comes with me to Dominican Republic in the 90s. So Marovic remembered me, Bam Bam Bigelow. He's the same, almost the size, almost the movement, the agility. He had a lot of skills, and I hope he climbed to the top of the NWA. Oh, by the way, he's going for the NWA World Heavyweight Champion match against Silas Manson next days. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I have a good friends in NWA, and I would like to keep going to NWA, because it's a great. I grew up as a kid. I grew up admiring those letters. NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, was the letters that I in love with wrestling. WWF came later.
Hell yeah. And shout out to Marovic. Get that 10 pounds of gold.
Yeah, of course.
But I wanted to ask you about wrestling the legendary Jerry Lynn. What was that like, wrestling Jerry?
Oh, Jerry Lee, you say?
Yes.
Oh, how do you know? Yeah, that was great match. That was huge match. Jerry Lynn came to Puerto Rico when I was the World Heavyweight Champion, International Wrestling Association World Heavyweight Champion. He was one of the superstars that came to Puerto Rico to take the title. When I wrestled with Jerry Lynn, he was the Ring of Honor heavyweight champion. He brings to Puerto Rico the Ring of Honor title, and I up to the ring like the world heavyweight champion. So the match was for the Puerto Rico title, for the heavyweight title of Puerto Rico, the end of the IWA. But he brings to the ring with the Ring of Honor title. So that's a big honor for me. He's a great guy. Jerry Lynn, awesome on the ring. Oh, great experience. Maybe one of my best matches. One of the matches that I most remember. That match with Jerry Lynn. He's awesome on the ring. That was a great experience. He and Booker T was one of the greatest experience for me on the ring.
I mean, Booker T. Five-time
Yeah,
WCW champion. What was it like?
Booker T. Yeah, he came to Puerto Rico to the IWA anniversary when he was the Legend champion in TNA.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was a great experience. Nice guy, very, very nice guy on the ring. Booker T. Very respect. Is a great yeah, and a great wrestler, great professional, of course. Yeah.
All right. Now, great experiences to a bizarre adventure. It's Joe's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell
Yeah.
us a road story that fits that description?
Oof. Okay. It's a very um, it's a very bizarre, but I can say now because they are not here with us. But anyway, I respect and I love those guys, especially Sabu. You know, hardcore Sabu.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was on the road, uh, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours in the road in the Puerto Rico territory, three hours or something like that, with Sabu in the back seat of my truck. You know, I have a mid truck Nissan Frontier, and my mid truck I have in the it's a four door. So in the back seat it was Sabu, and in the front seat was Razor Ramon Scott Hall. So when I was there, when we went to the place, to the town, make a wrestling, blah blah blah, very nice, and we go back all three in my truck. I was driving, but in that road, uh, Razor Ramon told he feels some bad. He received some hit, maybe in the head, and he feels a little bad, and Sabu tell him, "Hey, you want some pills to muscle relaxer, you know, to feel better because you hurt." And he said, "Oh, it's okay, okay, I'll take it." Oh man, but he gave some more pills than he really needs, so he take it. It's painkillers, painkillers. So when that kind of pills make effect, a good guy, nice guy, gentle guy, Razor Ramos, Scott Hall, turns crazy, man. He turns like other person, and he was so droizy, but at the same time he turns like aggressive. But it was not him. It was the effect of the pill. So I was on the street, man, at 90 miles per hour, trying to get home as soon as I can because that guy was huge. He's 6'6", maybe 6'7",
Right.
tall. His arms, if he moved his arms to me, I was driving, we're gonna crash, of course. And Sabu was the whole road, no, the whole trip was Sabu was telling, "Hey, easy man, calm down, you okay? Don't worry, we get home now. We get to the hotel now. We get to the hotel now. Take it easy." And he was all the road, because the pills that make some reaction. So that was a moment that I say, "Hey, I think I'm gonna die in that trip, man. I'm gonna die. He's gonna move his arm and he's gonna hit me, man." Hey, no, look at that. When some moment he told me in a drowsy voice, "Oh, I wanna talk to Vince, and I wanna make another run. I wanna make another run to WWE." And I'm telling you, that was in the 2009, around 2010.
Okay.
And he said, "I wanna talk to Vince, and I'm gonna call him Vince, and I want another run, a last run, retirement run in my career, and I wanna do in WWE." That's what he said. I said in that moment, "Oh, that's great, man. That's great. You were one of my favorite wrestlers when I was a kid." I tell him, and he say, "You told me was? So you think I'm not, really? So you think I'm not ready, and I'm not in my time?" He means he's not in shape. He's not ready for being. He was. I he understand. I said he was a great superstar or one of my favorite. That he's not now. And he said, "Oh, so you telling I'm John? You telling I'm John?" I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm telling you can still hit it in WWE. No, no, but you tell me I was. So I get scared, man. He that guy is huge, and I'm driving. He couldn't hit me or do whatever he think, and he's not controlling him. He said because that was not him. I mean, I travel with Scott Hall in Dominican Republic, Panama. Uh, I don't know if he went to Ecuador, but Orlando. Okay, I know him. He's my friend, Scott Hall, but he was not the same guy. So I was very scared. When the moment I went to the hotel, I said, "Hey, okay, goodbye, bye, bye, bye," and then I take my breath again because I think no, that's not. I say, Sabu, hey, please go to the hotel, and put in the bed, and let him sleep because he was really bad, brother. Bad, bad, bad. That was one of the scariest moments on the road. But like that, there's a lot of moments, good moments, scary moments, funny moments. Wrestling career is it's a whole adventure, really. I can assure you.
Definitely a crazy experience to say the least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Driving with Abdullah was a little crazy too, man. He's funny. Abdullah the Butcher.
Mhm.
Oh, he's funny. I drive with him too on the road on Puerto Rico. Oh, he's another crazy adventure. Abdullah likes to talk to girls. He was very funny, but it was crazy but funny, funny.
Well, another crazy experience was you were on Club Sunshine, no?
Who?
Club Sunshine?
Oh yeah, that was great because I feel like I don't know what's the word in English. I feel like a superstar of media, no, Hollywood superstar. Yeah, because that program was so the top. You know, in the hour that I do is prime time. It's a prime time show in Puerto Rico. So they invite me, and that was crazy. I act with a girl like I'm the boyfriend. It's all acting. It was all acting. It's a comedian, but it was acting, and the auditorium was turns crazy when I get them. And that was a great moment. That was awesome. I always remember that because this was it's what another extent that is not in wrestling. Indeed, it's not wrestling. It's a Puerto Rican TV popularity. Media. It's a Puerto Rican media, a very popular TV show, and that was awesome. That was great. I did an act like I was, starring, like I was starring a TV show. That was great. Yeah, really, really awesome. Awesome moment. Awesome moment.
Right.
The girl, every girls wants that I charge, and they say, "Hey, he looks like a Ken of Barbie." I want he charge me. I want he charge me. Every girl wants I charge. That was very. The girl starts crazy in the place and then the auditorium. Everybody. Oh, that was the screaming of the people there. That was awesome. That was awesome.
I think it's time for the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first three songs on your movie soundtrack?
Mm, it was one of that was in me. It's a Christian, but I like the beat. It's a Christian uh, song In Me. The group is Cutlass. In Me. Uh, Another was Tear It Up. Oh, very, very. It's a rock hard, very rock hard. And the other was I don't remember the other one, but I just remember that two. Cutlass in Me and Cutlass Tear It Up. That was. Uh, it sounds some like Red Heart, but with a little more hard rock. Yeah, because I like rock. I like rock. You know.
Okay. Well, definitely a solid two picks, to say the least. Now that we have the soundtrack down, everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go to casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Yep. Yeah. The question is, sorry.
Who would play you in your movie?
Oh no, I just play mm, I just play a wrestler, a wrestler, but not in the wrestling, not in my wrestling character, just another wrestler. I just play another wrestler. Yeah.
No, but in the movie about you, which
Yeah.
actor would play you in your movie?
Oh! It's a Puerto Rican wrestler. It's a Puerto Rican wrestler, actor wrestler. Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah.
And every movie has a supporting cast. Who would
Yep.
be three people with meaning to you and your story that would be in your movie, and who would play them?
Wow, it's difficult to me. Difficult to me. Um, um, give me the question again to realize. Yeah.
Who are three people that has meaning to you and your story that would have to be in your movie?
Oh, of course, the character of Jack Veneno, because
Okay.
it was my first inspiration. And there's a wrestler named El Bronco. He's a legend in Puerto Rico and in Dominican Republic. Not in the States. He never went to the States, but he's a huge legend in Puerto Rico. Everybody knows him. Even the WWE superstars knows him because he's a legend in Puerto Rico. He really was a mentor for me in wrestling, and eventually Savio Vega. No doubt. Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
do you know who would play them in your movie?
I prefer they play themselves, his own characters, his own persona.
Fair enough.
His own persona. Yeah.
Well, it's sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now. Now onto a controversial subject. Pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
Wow. It's difficult for me because pineapple is too sweet and pizza it's too floor. Floor is the name of arena. Floor. But I think pizza.
So, no pineapple on your pizza.
No, never. No. My father love it, but my father tell Hawaiian pizza. It's with pineapple, but I don't like it. I say no pineapple, please.
Alright, so anti-pineapple on pizza. Now, we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Doug? THUG.
DHU. What? Tell me that again.
the acronym for Doug.
Yeah.
THUG.
Yeah. Okay. Doug. DAUG. Yeah.
I could spell it out for you if you don't know the acronym.
Oh no, I don't know. I don't.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, so we love the late great Tracy Smothers. So, the acronym is T is for terrible, H is for hell,
Oh,
U is for ugly, and G is for jail. 'Cause a Doug can't spell.
okay. Now I got you. Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, we love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
Okay.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview. Would you ever consider wrestling a rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical rock.
Where? In Iraq?
No,
Oh.
a real rock, like the mineral, like, the hard rock.
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. Why not? Yep.
Alright, well, just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, as I told before.
I'm calling it the
If I
air.
still keep my same condition I have, oh, 5 years. I think I'm retiring. I think I will do for 3 years or maybe 3 years more, because I did a lot. I did a lot of time with it. But as I told you, uh, I'm 15. I'm 50, and I feel like 30. So if I still have the same physical condition, I'll keep doing. But I think in 5 years I'll be retiring. Yeah, I think it. I'll be doing helping with the new guys and rookie guys and students doing wrestling as much as I can. I will help them. But I think in 5 years I will be retired. Maybe do some act things. I love it. I like it. Um, but I'll be enjoying of my retirement. Just keeping healthy. Keeping healthy.
I got you.
That's my goal. Yeah.
Alright. I think it's...
One thing important. I think I love the business. So I will do one thing that I'm doing now is booking. I'm booking for many independent wrestling in Puerto Rico, in Dominican Republic, in Orlando. I'm wrestling, but I'm booking too. You know. So I'll keep doing booking wrestling booking. You know. Yeah, the writing stories for wrestling because I love it.
Is there a possibility of your own promotion?
Yeah, it's a possibility. Yeah, in Dominican Republic, not in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is saturated territory. It's a lot of promos. But in Dominican Republic, yeah, I have a dream. International Wrestling Federation is the name, and I will do. I think I will.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because I have all the experience, I have all the contacts, I know everybody in the business. So, and if I don't know everybody, almost everybody in the business, I know someone who knows and who knows. I got the approach for everybody in business, so I think I can do it. So that you hit one of my dreams. One of my purpose is to do my own promotion. Yes.
Okay. And since we're nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom.
Okay.
This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Greatest wrestler of all time?
Yes.
No doubt, Hulk Hogan. I don't say maybe he's the best, but he's the greatest.
Worst wrestler.
Worst? Oh, it's difficult for me because everybody has his good and bad. It's very difficult for me to find a worst wrestler that I don't like to see, but he's talented. Maybe Santino Morella.
Your main
Una
event.
entrevista.
Your main event.
What you say?
Oh, can you hear me?
Sorry. Tell me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Your main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
A main event?
Yes.
If I do a main event for wrestling,
who would you like to wrestle?
Who would like to wrestle? John Cena. Yeah. I think he's the last hero.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
If I choose an entrance music?
Yes.
Bret Hart music. Love it.
Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Wow. Kayfabe could be described. Wow.
Wow. Okay. Kayfabe is wow.
Credibility.
Credibility. Gotcha.
Kayfabe is the credibility of the business.
All right. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
At this time, vegetable.
It is indeed a fruit. It has seeds. Tomato logic. New Japan wrestler Taichi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Wow, I didn't understand the question. Please.
Yes. How much when somebody's wearing trunks? How much of their butt should show?
How what? How looks or what?
When somebody's wearing ring trunks?
Ring trunk. I did.
How much of their butt cheeks should hang out, if any?
Okay. A lot. a lot. Really.
Okay, so a lot.
Yeah.
All right. And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
No. No, I never. Oh, Darby Allin. I have my own opinion, right? He's so crazy. I don't know. I don't want to say anything about any other professional, guy because it's part of the family, of the wrestling family. But Darby, I feel sorry for him in a few years. He will be a sad life. Yeah.
And that is the correct answer.
Yes.
And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Oh, it was a real pleasure and an honor for me to be part of it. You got my social media contact, so you can find me whenever you want. You can contact whenever you want. It was really a pleasure to be part of it.
The pleasure was all mine as well.
Yeah,
And
you
once
got a friend here.
Where can we find you on social media once again?
Yeah, Joe Bravo Wrestler. There's a fan page. Joe Bravo. It's a personal page. And in Instagram, Joe__Bravo. Yeah, you can see me there. You can write me there. I'll be there, and I answer the questions, and I'm very available.
Perfect. And you don't
Even for any booking too.
And
yeah.
You don't even have to type it into your Google machines. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say wrestling wit, you say entertainment, okay?
Okay.
For our special guest, Joe Bravo, Kaliko Yacht, Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling Wit
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.